Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well this morning. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you've had a good day, or will have a good day, I suppose, if it's the morning for you. I'm just getting a little bit last-minute stuff done. I'm just adjusting the lighting a little bit. Hopefully that's a little better. Yes, it looks pretty good. Okay. So then, here's where we left off, or here's where we left it last time. It's looking really pretty, and I'm ready to do some more with the flowers, because I think the flowers are going to create some super cool environments. There's a lot of petals here, actually. Maybe there's too many. Thinking about maybe getting rid of some. How would I do that? I suppose I could punch some out by hand, but it's going to take a long time. Hello, Mystic, Tokay, and Sarah. As I said, I hope you're all doing well this morning. Just got my chat up so I can actually see the names. So the next thing was going to be this section here, which is going to be the viewpoint. So we're going to take a little bit more time and care on that small area there. Is my plan. So let's get to it. I was just working on the base here, before when I stopped work yesterday, or not yesterday, but on Friday. Thank you, okay. I also agree, and hopefully we can kind of keep that super pretty vibe going as we continue, because I'm definitely going to keep building the same style for a little while. And we're going to build a new mountain at some point as well, but not quite yet. So we do still have some issues with the sand here, which is going to take a little while to fix, unfortunately. Let's just have a little bit of a punch to start with, actually, because it's the punch-in that really does wonders for these the beaches, because they're so big and smooth and such it's a big, smooth, complex shape, and it's very easy to see when it's not right. So doing it by hand is kind of the only way, and it does take a long time. So we'll just do a little bit on the sand to begin with, and then we can move on to something more interesting. So we don't end up having to do like 2 hours of just punching sand as I once did in one of my streams, which is not, I don't think it was the most popular stream, that particular one. It's a little bit better. This spot as well here. Push that back a little. Okay. So let's get on this area here then. I was feeling a bit uninspired when I was building this, actually, in its present form. What you see here is just not very exciting at all. It's just kind of a there. It's just kind of a little cliff. Nothing really exciting at all about it. Oh, we have got this sea cave in it. I suppose that's kind of cool, at least, even if the rest of it's not so exciting. So we can get some trees in here, I think, and maybe we could do some. We can maybe let's try developing a brand new tree. So we've got this tree up here, which is kind of what I want to base it on. So we're going to build a small version of this with petals on, I think, because that could look really, really nice. Maybe. We'll find out. Let's go with... try oak wood. In fact, let's try make an oak tree. B tree. Big tree, is it? Yes, there we go. So there's a big tree, quote unquote big tree, and then what we can use is I have a save of it. No, I don't. Okay. So I didn't save the name of I didn't save the brush here, so we'll have to just do this really quick. So we're going to do a BR for a brush, sphere, or sphere, spoilers. I'm going to do 35, that's wool, 0, and 35.6 is pink. We're also going to do 18, which is the leaf. I think 18.4 is the leaf we want. And then we'll do mask 18. And what this should do is go pop. There we go. Yeah, cool, perfect. First time lucky. We do need to make it bigger though. So make it size 10 maybe. Yes. And like that, we can go boom, and instantly we have a flowering tree. Do we like it? I think I do like it, actually. I think it's quite nice. So I think we can do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to take a bunch of these big trees, and then we'll put them all into flowers at once. Hello, Slime and Cookie. How are you two doing this morning? Are you ready for some flower power? Because that's what we're going for today. It's maximum flower power is the order of business. Boom. Wow. Okay. So let's get one more maybe here. And we get one down here maybe. So I don't want to overdo it because we haven't got any trees up here. In fact, since we haven't got any trees up here, let's put a couple. I don't want it to kind of take over, so let's see if I can fit one more maybe over this side. How about no spots? Everything's taken up. Stick it in there, please. There we go. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is turn these into flowers. You're in Italy. You're not normally in Italy, are you? What do you need help with? David, maybe? I can't read that. Alrighty, so with a little bit of brushing, we can turn these into flowery trees. And that seems to work pretty well. And like that. That, I think, that'll have to do for that. And we can get one on here as well. I want to be careful. I don't want to hit the bushes because I think the bushes look kind of bad if they're flowering like that. I'm just going to have to be careful not to hit the bushes. Ah, whereabouts in Italy are you? I was in Italy, well, years ago now. That was really good. Really enjoyed it. I was in Milan. Alrighty, let's have a look. Maybe I don't like it actually. I think we messed up. Alrighty. So I'm gonna undo. I'm going to take off all of the flowers that I just put on. I'm going to increase the number of leaves. I think that might be important. So let's do 2% of these. So that means they're in that list twice. So that means half leaves and half flowers. And see if we can kind of keep that going. Get that one. Look at that. That worked any better? A little better, maybe. Maybe we should change the leaves into wool, actually. Could we do that? What would happen if we did that? It's so green though. I don't want it that green. 35-13, maybe. Let's try it. More. And so we're going to try, instead of leaves, we're going to try green wool. Looks, kind of looks like the Witness now, in kind of a major way. It's kind of what the trees in the Witness look like, I seem to remember. Very, kind of blocky colours, I suppose. Oh, have a new follower. Welcome, Airborne Hail. Welcome to our stream. That looks nice, actually. I think. Am I going to want to stick with that? I think I want to stick with that. Maybe. It's hard to say. Alright, I'm not going to get too bogged down with this. Maybe I could go full blossom tree. Let's try that. So instead of 2% of this, we're going to go 1 of that, and we'll go for 3% of that, and 2% of that. So this should make it almost entirely blossom, which might look a little bit better, maybe. It might also look worse. We'll find out. And then I'm going to make a decision about what we're going to do. You know what? Let's just go full blossom. So let's just go fully wool. Entire wool, pink and white wool trees. So let's just delete that. And off we go. Pew, pew. Maybe I want to use silver birch as well for the wood. That might look better. Look at that. Looks like candy floss. Yeah, that looks better, I think. I wish there was an easy way to replace this wood without kind of messing it up, but I'm not sure there is. So let's make a wood brush here. We're going to do BR. How would I do this? I'm trying to remember how I can do this. So I want to do a wood. It's 18. I think 14? No, 13. So I do a sphere of 18, 13, which I think is birch. Let's try it out. That is leaves. 17, 13, maybe. Okay, that's not it. 14? There it is. Alright, and now we do mask 17. And we just increase the size real quick, so we'll make that size 10. And hopefully this will let us go like this, and we can turn that into a birch tree. So that seems to have worked pretty well. And we can do the same for these other trees. We will do the same for these other trees. And hopefully that'll give us a more kind of silvery looking area. Missed one. Die. Apparently we missed that completely. Solve that. Do I like it? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do like it actually. So we can have, I think we can build like a whole forest in this style, over this way, going up this way. So let's see if we can get some space for it to stand on, our blossom forest here. So to get that, we're going to need to do some kind of major terraforming. Easier said than done, of course. Happy weekend. It's only Tuesday. So I'm going to use a splatter ball, I think. And I'm going to splatter some stone on here. I'm just going to use this to build up any areas that are kind of low-lying. You know what, I need to change this. Let's do G2500. G2500 is it? Yeah. This should grow a lot more now. So yeah, I'm just going to use this, as I say, to bulk out these lower spaces so that hopefully what we can end up with is a more structured and flatter shape. I don't really want super... I'm kind of imagining some kind of nice open woods on like a gentle rolling hill. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. So we're going to really need to smooth out this whole area a bit. How's your week been, Jerome? Is this your first job? This one at the McDonald's? Okay. So I'm going to be EBB. Nope, BBB. That's the blend ball. I'm going to change the size to 10, so we get a nice big one. I'm just going to go like this, and with a little bit of luck, we can kind of smooth some of these weirdnesses out. How are you finding it overall? How's the world of work treating you? So there we go. It's a bit rugged in some places still. We can deal with that though. And in fact, we'll do that with a slightly smaller brush. I'm just going to specifically target some of these areas where it's kind of overgrown a bit. And also with this small brush I can kind of add a little bit more detail back in, or maybe not detail, but I can break up these big long-reaching shapes, which is one of the biggest problems with using a nice big blend ball, is create these, you know, really long, like zigzag diagonals here. So using the smaller one kind of can help alleviate that, because you're kind of introducing a bit of noise back in that some areas are getting hit with the blend ball and some are not. So that's nice. Is this, you must be feeling, have you been paid at all? You must be feeling super rich, right? That's usually what people say when they first start working. It's like, oh my gosh, I have money now, I'm so rich. I knew a couple kids who actually bought cars from, they worked at McDonald's or whatever, something similar, through their college, and they actually bought cars with the money, which was nice. Personally, I was always lazy. I never worked until I absolutely had to. But I think it's it's good, definitely very good for you to get out in the world of work as soon as possible. Helps to build up your work ethic, and yeah, just get your, well, the work ethic I think is a big thing, big important thing. So what we basically have now is a flat space with some like lumps on it, which isn't really what I wanted. It's never really what you want. So let's take cylinder brush and really messing this up. BR cylinder stone 3. Yes. In fact, let me just fix this brush again because I want to use that later. I'm going to want to use that later. That's our this is our blossom brush. So I don't want to break that one. Yeah, once you get the money, you'll be well happy. I'm assuming that McDonald's pays at least reasonable wage. I mean, in the UK, of course, we have minimum wage. I don't know. Do you have a minimum wage in Reunion? Is that a thing that exists? I don't know if maybe McDonald's. Well, I don't know. I don't want to make a comment on that, but. These spaces. I'm basically just trying to alleviate the weird rippling effect that we have. Lumpy kind of effect by joining some of these lumps a little bit up to each other. Yeah, this is looking a little bit better. I think I'm going to take the cliff brush next, actually, and we can kind of smooth, not smooth, but unsmooth, I suppose. Do the opposite of smoothing. Create some more interesting cliffs instead of just these like gentle pyramids, which are ugly. Pyramids suck, to be honest. They're the last thing you want on your build. This is looking quite nice now. And let's get a cliff brush. BR cliff 3. And let's bring it in there. Gonna cliff up here a little bit. Let's cliff there. Put a cliff in there. Yep, that's nice. A visa. Interesting. What you need a visa? Are you not a native to Reunion? I assumed you were like a Reunion native. Where are you from? Oops, you made a bit of a hole there. I don't really want that. I'll build that back up real quick. And I'm just gonna try and turn this back into a smoother path here. This is such a great tool for creating kind of paths up into rugged areas, because it's just boom, like instant path. Without all of the kind of the hassle of actually building it. So that's nice. It creates us a little bit of a path through there, and let's cliff up here a little bit. In fact, we'll cliff through here. Just turn this into a bit more of a cliff instead of like let's say a gentle pyramid, which is the worst look. Let's cliff through here as well, actually. Really kind of push fairly deep. Oh, I see. You mean I know what you mean. A visa, like a credit card, a visa. Yeah, I know. I thought you meant visa is also the name we give to is also the name for you if you go to a country. And you want to stay there, or if you want to go into a country, sometimes you need a visa. It's like a part of it's part of traveling. But I see what you mean. Yeah, a credit card. The credit card is you have both Visa and there's also MasterCard in a lot of the world. I know in America they have American Express as well. Okay, so this is looking cool. Yeah, looks kind of nice. I do want to maybe take the top off this because I feel like, you know, if our main viewpoint's going to be here. Yes, we should have thought about that actually, shouldn't we? Whoops. If the main viewpoint is here, this is going to be obscuring a lot of stuff. Maybe we can just kill that. Kill that big tree. I guess so. Yeah, let's just kill it. Pause 2, replace 17, 35, done. Bosh. Bish bash bosh. Done. So from here, yeah, we can see that tree, we can see that, we can see these trees, we can see the temple. We can't see the mountain at the moment, but I think, given enough time, that will load in. And we should be able to see we're going to have another mountain over here. So, in fact, to that end, let's go for it. Let's build the mountain. So, here we go. Mountain time. You know what? We're going to make this a much more complex mountain than the one we did last time. So there's going to be a lot of planning in here. So let's find the right spot. This is going to be probably the largest single landmass object in the whole build. So first off, let's see if we can get it visible in here. Like how tall is it going to have to be visible here? Let's see, actually. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some potential peaks in, and we can see which one makes it visible inside the valley. Oh, you keep hearing the beeping noises. Goodness, that must be upsetting. I'm sure over time you'll get used to it, but yeah, no, that's something I notice whenever I'm in a McDonald's or a fast food restaurant. There's just the sound of the kitchen is so monotonous. I always think sometimes let's see here, Sphere 22. Whoops. Sphere 22, 3. And we can get out of that. And we'll go up and we'll do Sphere 23. We'll go up. And we'll do a Sphere 24. And we'll go up. Do a Sphere 25. And we'll go up, and we'll do a Sphere 26. So, what is that? What is that? Oh, it's beds. Okay, let's undo the Sphere 26. Let's try 27. Okay, it's an interesting sphere, but one we'll have to live with. 28. And 29. And now we're getting... I think we're being a bit silly at this point. We're probably not going to get that high. Alrighty. Oh, I don't know, actually. Maybe that's the right height. We'll find out. To be honest, I haven't memorized every block. Those were just... I was just counting up. I know the crucial ones, and that's about it, really. So I know big ones are, of course, wool, 35. Wood and leaves are 17 and 18. 22 is the one I use lapis. I use that for kind of placeholder blocks sometimes. That's probably about it in terms of the IDs that I actually know, because most of them you can reference by name anyway. Wood doesn't really reference by name very well, which is annoying. I think 159 is concrete, maybe, or is it terracotta? I don't know. I'm not very good at memorizing the IDs either, to be honest. 15 is quite a lot. But so we see here actually, we can see the mountain at any of these top heights. So maybe we'll go for the third one down, so it's just enough, just peeking up. Because I don't want it to be stupid tall, but I do want it to be kind of nice and tall. 159, yeah. Terracotta, because you can't write terracotta, I think. It doesn't work very easily. Alrighty, so let's I can probably undo those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's just undo 7, and we'll go here. And this is the height we're going to want. So let's go. Let's move it back just a little, and we're going to put a sphere of 22 in, just to represent. Because as I say, that's my usual go-to placeholder block. Cosmic Scroll, hello friend. And now what we're going to do is, I think we're going to put some sub-peaks in, so not just the one peak, but several peaks. And we can kind of join them together. So let's make another peak here, and I know I'm being kind of ambitious with this, but you know, the purpose of this build is to be ludicrously ambitious, basically, so... welcome new follower, Cosmic Scroll. So we're going to get another... Let's go for another sub-peak down here. And we're going to have some real fun experimenting with mountain terrain, because that's not something I've really done. So, you know, see loads of new techniques come out, I think, which should be cool. And we'll get another peak maybe in here. I know I have to be careful with this ravine here that is currently non-existent, but it's got to go somewhere, because there is a big deep ravine just there. And obviously we're going to join in there as well, so this is actually going to be a real big... Well, this would be the kind of the final piece of a lot of this build, so very important one. Let's call those our peaks for now, and see what we can do. I think we're going to start by joining them together and creating our kind of baseline ridges, so I can do that with BR Catenary 22 for Lapis. I think that works. I'm just going to join that to that. There we go. Gives us a little, whoops. I always do that. For some reason I just, out of habit, right-click a lot of the time. I don't know why. It's stupid. But, here we go. So, these are obviously not going to be exact lines, but they give me an idea of where I'm working to. So there's that. So these are going to be, in theory, the highest points. They're not going to look as clean as this, but this is going to be the general kind of highest points of this build. So let's go now for, maybe we can kind of work out where the ridges for the others are going to be, for the smaller ones are going to be. So these are going to be kind of the ridges that form this big one. Let's go now from here, and we'll bring this one down all the way to here. Whoops, sorry, I gotta remember, you gotta work upwards with these spline, with these catenary tools. I don't know why they work the way they do, but you know, we work with what we got, so working upwards. So there's that, and we'll work the ravine in, I think. So let's just build the mountain for now, and we'll work the ravine into the mountain. So there's the ridges that will be kind of forming this one, and we need some ridges to form this one. Hello, Jason. Good morning, friend. I hope you're well this morning. So let's join. I don't know what that spot is, but we'll join it up, and we'll get one into here as well. This is going to be a very steep one here. Hopefully we can work it in, but we'll see. Looks like a giant tent we're building now, doesn't it? Oh, good night, friend. Ah. Good evening. Alrighty, so this is going to be a little bit trickier. I know we just worked through this area and made it nice and smooth, but apparently that's out of the question now. So I want to fit this huge mountain in. And alrighty, so what I'm going to do now, actually, let's get so I want to have like kind of a bit of a valley in here. So I'm going to join this one up to the very top, and then what we can do. Did that work? Yeah, that worked. Is we can... Oh wow, okay, that really is a very deep valley. Oh well, it'll work. So we'll join this one to here. And we'll join this one up to here. And that's going to give us... yeah, some kind of... We're starting to kind of trace together the shape of this mountain now. I think you can see where we're going. In fact, it looks kind of cool already, doesn't it? No slime volcanoes. There's no slime volcanoes at all. We're not gonna. There's not gonna be a slime volcano either. Sorry. No slime volcanoes. That's a promise. So I'm just gonna. At this point, I'm just tracing in some more of the lines here, just to make life a little bit easier when I come to fill this out. So let's see here, let's join that one up to there. And that one up to there. And this is a very imprecise art, really. I'm making it look like a lot more precise than it really is. I'm just kind of guessing at the moment. So basically I've created the ridges, and then I'm trying to create the hanging... whoops. Well, that missed, didn't it? The hanging area is kind of underneath. This is how mountains work, I think. You have these ridges, and then you have kind of valleys in between. So yeah, we're starting to get a good picture of where this is going to be, this mountain. Or this actually, it's not just one mountain, but a cluster of mountains. Although I suppose we'd probably technically, in the real world, call this one mountain. And there we go. Looking more and more like a giant... Oh, we haven't joined these two together. Let's join those two together. Ah, yes, no, the reason we didn't join those together is because we're supposed to have... Supposed to have a thing leading up there, and then we can join them to that. Oh, that's going to be a super deep valley. Wow. Okay. I think that's fine then. I think that could work. Of course, this is the basics. We're going to use this to make the basic shape, and then we're going to work a lot more concretely on the terrain after we've kind of sketched it out. Oh, I woke you up. Sorry, friend. Sleep's important. Hello, Zaid the Gamers. Good morning, friend. How are you today? Hope you're well. So we're getting yes, most of the shape is in. This is good. Now, there's the backside to worry about. I suppose I should probably put in the backside too. So let's put in another peak over here. Thanks, friend. So we're going to pop out the top here. Whoops. That's not the right sphere. I don't know why. Pretty sure I did the lapis sphere more recently, but okay. Oh, gold brushes. So joining this, that's giving us the top ridge line there, and from here we're going to get the top ridge line up to here. Where are you from, Zaid? I know we have a lot of viewers from all over the world because it's such a weird time. There's not really any core viewership. That's nice to know, Jerome. I hope to bring some chill to the world. That's my aspiration. We live in a world that is far too stressy, and we can make it a little bit more chilled out. That would be fantastic. So, oh my goodness, we're getting like real messy kind of web now, aren't we? But I think so long as we build in the right order, building the upper areas first, then we can create kind of a good shape. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot of material to fill. Wow. Alrighty, so I'm going to get another couple peaks in. I could even go for one taller. Should I do it? Should I go for one taller? Might do it. Screw it. One slightly taller over here. Oh no, this is... I'm dedicating to a rather large construction at this point. We'll see. We'll see whether we get this far. I'm thinking this valley here may be a route up for the player, because that one looks kind of neat and nice. And this one, I'm feeling like, since we've got this flower area, we could have kind of flowers all the way up and kind of flower stuff on the sides, is what I'm thinking. Flower stuff. Welcome, Jason, new follower. Let's go up to there. And that gives us another peak. And I think... yeah, no, I should sketch the whole thing, shouldn't I, before I do anything else. So let's get one more peak through here. You know what, the peaks are kind of too regular, so let's put another one over here. And then, in fact, let's put the rest of the peaks in, and we can just join them up quickly, and then we can get started on filling this. It is going to take a little time. What are you thinking, David? Like I'm not sure what you mean. I'm thinking they're gonna be valleys, but unless do you have like an idea? If you've got an idea, please share, because viewers often have pretty good ideas. There's a lot more of you than there are of me, so the potential for good ideas is high. We're out in the sea now, but I think that's okay. Let's go up a little. We'll go in a little and up a little for this one. And I mean, I can say it, but I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, hi, I am following. So, okay, yeah, I'm thinking kind of flowers in one. Maybe we could have glacier. Could be cool. There'll definitely be some glaciers at the top, I think. Alrighty. So gonna put the primary kind of ridges on. Oh no, what did I just do? Nope, nope, nope. That was a bad move. I just used the wrong brush there, but it's okay. I think I undid the damage. I don't know if I did any damage, but I undid it anyway. So I'm going to join that up to that. And I'm basically going to use this opportunity to add the main edges to this, to these mountains. What else are chatting? Huh? I'm kind of confused what you mean, to be honest. Dark Shadow. So that's going to have to come from like way down on the ground, this one, in the sea. So let's do that real quick. Are we going to go out of the world? No, it didn't. Interesting. Okay. We'll bring this one in from over here. And we'll bring that up to there. And we are going to have a truly, truly gigantic construction on our hands. Oh, that would be nice actually, like loads of like flowers, almost a river of flowers, could be super cool. Yeah, I like that as an idea actually. Oh, I think I deleted, whoops, I think I deleted some of the peaks, but it's okay, I don't think we need them all. So let's go for one here. Hello, Arriving Khan, 593. Welcome, new follower. So, getting the real, most of the basic shape is in now. I'm just going to join the peaks up, and then I think I'm going to leave the more of the tracing till later. I don't think that's, no, maybe I should do it now. I guess maybe I should. You'll see, I'm just going to quickly trace these through. Get one from here up to here. You can't send a message on Twitch. It's annoying. We've seen some messages from Twitch today though, so I think Twitch is working, but I don't know. Maybe you're having connection difficulties. So let's just get some basic traces in here. Here, so do one, maybe one line of kind of just, oh, whoops, that was a mistake, let's get rid of that. One line tracing through these, kind of halfway up. Yeah, okay, I'll have $1,000, if you don't mind, that would be great, thanks. So, pop, 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 through to here. And that ought to do us, I think. I think we're ready to start in just a couple of moments. A couple more of these little strings in. And then we can start filling. I think I'm going to use rocks for the base. We'll see how we go. It's kind of tricky. Oops. Oh no, I missed the target again. Whoops. It's a little bit tricky sometimes to aim with this. I think my mouse kind of sucks actually, unfortunately. There we go. Okay. So let's start filling underneath now. There is a link in the description if you would like to donate. So I'm going to... goodness. Got one very long string there. I don't know where that's come from or where it's gone to, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh, I think that was the one I just added, but can I do that? Nope. Okay. Yeah, there we go, got rid of it. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of material here to fill, and I'm not really sure of an easy way of doing it. Let's start with a big cube, I think. So, just going to start by filling, we can get like a little of this material, just fill it with the cube, and that'll save us a lot of effort. So I think this level and downwards is fine. I do need to be careful that there is the valley there, which I don't want to overwhelm. It's in the description. In the YouTube description. It says donate. It's probably one of the first links, but there's only about 3 links in there, so... shouldn't have too much trouble finding it. There we go. So we're going to do... let's just check that it's not going to go inside, so we'll just go over here. Alright. Have fun. There we go. So I'm going to do set stone. And there we go. We put in a bunch of stone and we hope that we didn't hit the inside of here. And we did, unfortunately. So let's undo that. That's an... It might not be an easy way of filling this. Let's make this easier. We'll use some cylinders, some big old cylinders. We're going to do a BR cylinder, stone 30. So that's the biggest I'm allowed to use, because in my infinite wisdom I decided that was not reasonable. I mean, it is quite a big cylinder, but still not really big enough for this. I don't really know. I'm sure you can figure it out though if you really are interested in donating. So I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the shaders for this, because it's just kind of slowing this down, this process. So let's just turn the shaders off. So shaders off. In the meantime, while we're waiting for this, I have a thought for the day. Or Stephen Covey says, what you do has far greater impact than what you say. I think it's true. It depends on your job, of course. I mean, if you're the Prime Minister or President, what you say does kind of have a bit of an impact. Oh my goodness, look how fast it loads now. It's so much faster without the shaders. Alrighty, so this will really speed things up now. Boom. We're certainly going to be able to get the base level down pretty quick. After that, it starts to get a little bit difficult. But of course, I mean, in our day-to-day life, this statement, what we do has greater impact than what we say, is very true. I mean, there's a truism, I think we're told in the business world, and I'm sure anyone who's in the business world will know this. When you have an encounter with somebody, the vast majority of that encounter, of what is remembered, usually when you have an encounter with somebody, certainly business-wise, you're interested in what the person remembers of that encounter. I.e., you want to give them a good impression, or you want to make them think that your product's good, or whatever. I mean, this is true for everything, anyway. And the vast majority of what people remember, I think they say 80% of what they remember is what you make them feel. And so, sure, the words you say are important to that, but your actions can be far more important than what you say. And they say only 10% of the memory is actually formed from the words you say. And so, according to that logic, what you do may be up to 8 times as important as what you say. So I am working on, let me show you, sorry Tyler, I was just distracted with plonking down these cylinders. So over here is the tropical bay, and this is going to be another mountain, except it's going to be more than just a mountain, it's going to be an entire mountain range. And so these blue, the blue lines are marking out where it's going to be, and they're not quite loading right, but this big tent shape essentially. Let me get rid of those clouds real quick. There we go. So this big blue tent shape is going to be what is going to become the mountain. So I'm just trying to kind of bulk out the space underneath for now. Hello, novelist. Good evening, friend. So we're just going to keep plonking down these huge old spheres and cylinders, and as I say, the intention here is just to give a base from which to work. This is, of course, not going to be anything like what it's going to look like when it's finished. Be amazed when it arrives. I have been known in the past to bite off more than I can chew, and normally, obviously, people don't get to see that because I used to make only non-live videos, but now, if it doesn't work, everybody's going to see, and it's going to be embarrassing, so we'll see how we get on. This will be the first time I've built anything, any mountain on this kind of scale. So maybe I don't have the required techniques yet. We'll see. We'll definitely, there's going to be a lot of experimentation, and we're going to find some new techniques for sure, I think. I'm sure there's a kind of a handbook of some pre-existing techniques, but I don't know them, so we're doing it the hard way. Oh yeah, you at work, or are you working from home? Kind of fun to be able to, I know we've got a couple of viewers who work from home and like to just listen to some garbage in the background. Speaking of, I don't know where, I don't know what happened to Yuri. I don't know if he's lost interest or whether he's on holiday. I know he went on holiday for a while and vanished. Oh, it's a good place to be. I always kind of wanted to work from home, but I don't know if it's actually good for productivity. People say, you know, that there's some discussion about whether it's good for productivity, but I'm not sure it is actually. You know, it can be nice to be in an environment. I think people underestimate the importance of the environment that you're in to your mindset. Particularly, we have this idea that people are completely independent of their environment, which is not true. And so I think being in like an office space can really kind of help with that mindset and improve productivity that way. Dom has been around less recently. I don't know what he's been up to. As I say, whether he's just lost interest. It is a fact of the internet that people sometimes vanish without warning. I did see him yesterday evening. I actually did an evening stream yesterday. So that would be, I suppose, morning for the US? I'm not sure. I've been spitballing, actually, idly spitballing the idea of swapping the stream over to the evening and doing it after work. I don't know whether or not it's a good idea, because I mean it's going to disrupt all the viewership. Of course, some people won't be able to watch the stream anymore, but what it may do is allow new viewers to watch the stream, so you know, I'll have to think carefully about it. But oops, we're inside the stone block there. I'm in the UK, so at the moment it's just past 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm normally streaming at this time, and sometimes I stream in the evening around about 6 o'clock, 6:30 maybe. So there we go. I think we've got about as many of these as we can fit under the tent, as it were. Yeah, I don't think maybe I can fit one more in the middle there. Yes, cool. Alrighty, so next thing we're going to go for, let's go for rocks. Let's do it. Rocks. So we're going to do a BR rock. Stone. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do stone, andesite, granite, diorite, all in one. It's going to look like a mess, but once we get brushes on it, I think it's going to look a lot better, because the brushes are going to start to kind of blend out those shapes. So we'll see what happens anyway. Maybe it's going to look hideous, and we can just fix that pretty quick anyway. It's easier to fix. No, it's not easier to fix. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably about the same. Let's try it anyway. So I'm going to use a 95. Oh, no, a 90. No, a 95. So the higher the number, the rounder the rock is. And we need a size for it, so let's do a size 10 maybe. Okay, that was a size 95 rock, so good job I didn't do that. There we go. So there's our rock. And we need a bigger rock. Let's go for a size 20 rock. Whoa, that is a very large rock. And I think it's too round. So let's reduce the roundness a little, and maybe reduce the size just a tad. Because I want it to be, you know, big enough that we're not spending all day doing this, but also small enough that we can be kind of somewhat precise about it, which is obviously a bit of a balance to strike. And the reason I'm using these rocks is that far superior to the sphere, they actually add some kind of texture to the build, whereas the sphere does nothing for that. You cannot use the texture that the sphere generates because you don't want the build to look like spheres, like it's made out of spheres, which is a bit of a problem with a lot of inexperienced voxel snipers. You'll look at their builds and you'll be like, this is made of spheres, I can see. So this really kind of alleviates that problem. I mean, it still looks like it's made of rocks, but rocks are better than spheres, basically. So I'm just yeah, trying to fill out underneath these guidelines here. I'm going to use an even smaller rock brush after, once I think there's no more room underneath the guidelines. Cool. How about you, Novelist? Which time zone are you in? It's kind of fun to see, because it's such a weird time, we get so many different nationalities in the chat. Usually not two of the same, which is kind of cool. Hey, Luigi, good morning. How are you today, friend? We are well underway with our mountain experimentation here. And it's going quite well, I think. I mean, obviously this is the most basic of the basic at the moment. But so far, I'm pretty pleased with the progress, and if we can get it to look something like this blue shape, then we're in a real good way. It might have been worthwhile for me to just learn how to do curved shapes using Voxel Sniper and World Edit. I'm not sure if it's possible, but maybe it is. 1 AM. Oh goodness. I'm in bed by 10, so you guys are a different breed, I suppose. Then again, I'm up by 6, so I guess. Let's have a quick look, actually. One thing I didn't look at was what this is going to look like from the perspective of the already built section over here. So it's going to be viewed from this location. And... oh, yes. Look, we can just... look at that. I don't want to block that, because we can just see the ridge there from Peaceful Valley, which is nice. So imagine kind of like that, but over here. Yeah, I think it's going to work quite nice. And then as I'm saying kind of flowers in here as well, flower trees maybe around, and quite a lot of flowers kind of running up the mountain could be nice. 3 AM, goodness, guys. I would be getting up in 3 hours. Well, I wouldn't, because of course, well, never mind. I get up at 6, that's all I'm saying. Oh, I just had a thought, actually. I saw this mountain looming in from the distance, and it reminded me of Minecraft Pocket Edition, which I've been playing recently. Pocket Edition is really good. I didn't realise how good it was. In some ways, it's better than the Java version. In fact, it's quite a lot better in a lot of ways. It's technically far more accomplished. Like this little rubbish, like this. This is like the cheap, just some cheap LG not LG, sorry, it's Moto G3. Like real cheap phone, and it can run Minecraft, and it runs it pretty okay. Whereas, you know, this I've got an Alienware PC. In fact, I've got a laptop just here, which is what I'm reading the comments from. That can't really play Minecraft, and it's like you know, it's a fully fledged laptop, so. Some seriously good work went into Minecraft Pocket Edition in a way that it didn't for Minecraft Java Edition. So I'm gonna just kind of block up this ravine for now. We will come back to that in the future. That will be part of a later build, I think. Goodness, it's when you start filling up like spaces like this that you realise, kind of grasp just kind of how big this build is. Like, these are huge rocks. Like, look at the size of this rock. This would take an hour probably to place by hand, and you know, it's taking dozens of them to fill this space. So we're talking about a really huge build. Yes. Thank you, friend. I think I recognise your name, though. I'm pretty sure you're already subscribed. Nice, nice. Get a little bit under there. See if we can plonk one in there. Nice. Boom. So there we go. We're getting most of the shape now. So we're gonna. Oh wait, I've just realised there's the other side to deal with, isn't there? And I should deal with that now. I kind of dig this look, actually. This looks kind of cool just by itself. Almost, it's kind of suggesting to me like an artificial platform built into the side of a mountain. Just the way it's shaped, it's cool. And I would totally work with that if I wasn't busy building a very large mountain object and can't afford to be distracted by stuff. I can tell you what about that, David. So just over here. What I was working on was a series of small builds. If you look on my channel, you'll find them labelled something orb, so like fire orb, water orb, air orb, which were like kind of reasonably sized builds. And I just got bored of that, so I flew away and I started work on this structure here. So I started with the bit in the middle, and just kind of worked through and built this. And then I was like, this was fun, but it's so small. I want it to be bigger. You know, I want this to be the same kind of style, but bigger, i.e. having a really nice structure with kind of a natural terrain around it. But so big that you can barely render it all. So it's like a realistic size almost. I was like, I'm going to build a realistic size valley, and so that's what I've been doing. It didn't turn out to be a valley in the end. It turned out to be this weird kind of tidal lake, but it's cool anyway. This is by far the largest build I've ever done. I did have one. There's one build that I don't really talk about. The thing that the build that really put me off Minecraft all those years ago was of comparable size, and it was well, no, it wasn't of comparable size. Let's not be ridiculous. Like I was building it by hand, but it was of a very large size. But yes, obviously building by, you know, it was to, as I say, to build something this large would take an hour by hand, and that's cool. If you're interested in some of the finer points, please do shoot me questions, because I do know I have acquired quite a lot of info in my brain now about how Voxel Sniper works and how World Edit works, and so I can yeah, I can talk about those if you're interested, if you have specific questions. It's quite hard to find that information online. Obviously, it's quite a specific mod, and it's very complex, so it's tricky to kind of get that information. So the blue things are marking what the mountain is going to look like, the surface eventually should look like. So at the moment I'm just building up, basically just building the terrain underneath that, and so those are kind of the end goal here. So it's basically like it's like I'm colouring within the lines. Imagine that. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Is colour in the lines and don't want to go beyond the lines. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, this is kind of it's kind of interesting. It's like in programming we have a lot of. I mean, it's not really programming, but in operating of like Linux machines and any computer really, you have a load of commands at your disposal. And while it may be easy to find out what each command does, it's not necessarily easy to find how you can use those commands together to do some kind of interesting things. Hello, mate. So, still got a lot of bulking to do here, actually. On this side, there's still a lot more space to fill. I do want to do it all together so that we end up with like a nice and coherent shape, I suppose. I don't really want. I don't want to have one side of the mountain looking one way and another one looking another way, basically. So this is going to be a kind of a slow and deliberate process. Yeah, exactly. If you, it's probably one of the big things is sometimes you don't even know that a thing is possible until you see someone else do it. So maybe I can teach you a few things. And like I say, if you have questions, do hit me up, because I'm very happy to talk about any of the tools. And sometimes talking about them, you know, can help me to learn things. So, am I sure I want to do this? Maybe not, but I've undertaken it now, and this is probably going to be as large a build as the whole of the Tropical Valley, to be honest, so we'll see how we go. Hello, Mystical. Good morning, friend. I quite like the way these rocks look, actually. I think I might try and maintain that look. I know it's just a basic mix of the stone types, but I think it looks quite cool. Really kind of rugged looking rocks. It almost makes them look like pebbles, because you know, pebbles are kind of grainy in this way, or can be grainy. Like a granite pebble or whatever, for example, looks kind of like a little bit like this. Nice. And let's go back up here. Just going to fill out a little bit more of this space. Still got so much space underneath these our tent poles, I guess you might call them. My week's been okay so far. Not too much to talk about in terms of exciting stuff that's happened this week. Yeah, nothing particularly gripping. I did 2 streams yesterday, which was unusual. And we're getting there. Nearly filled out this whole, pretty much the whole space underneath now. It almost looks like a pile of rocks that are being like tied down by a net, which I guess is kind of what it is in some ways. Boom, boom. Yeah, this is gigantic. So we're talking about this is going to be several weeks of work, I think, to build this one. to get it to a good standard, unless I'm going to just build it as background art, which I'm not really sure I want to do. I kind of want it to be part of the map. So Minecraft music is kind of cool. Sometimes gets old. I'm thinking about what else I can put on the playlist actually, because I listen to the same playlist every morning, every day. So it does start to get old after a while. Nice. So we're nearly there now, I think, in terms of filling out all of the available space. Starting to overlap in some places, which is okay. That's kind of what we want. These were supposed to be guidelines and not hard and fast rules. Fit one under there. And another one maybe. We've got a little crack down there to fill up as well. Yeah, I listen to, I've been listening to a lot of Carbon-Based Lifeforms. I don't know if you know, anybody knows that band, or artist I suppose. Make some super relaxing music. Like psychedelic chill music maybe? I'm not sure if it's psychedelic is the right term, but it's super chill, really good. Very good for concentrating, I think. It's really not distracting in any way, which is nice. I think we're getting there. I'm not really seeing any gaps anymore. So, time to... Here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to get rid of... I want... Andesite? Diorite. Is it Diorite, the white one? Yeah, Diorite, okay. So I'm going to go for a Diorite now, and I'm going to go much smaller. So I'm going to go size 10. And I'm going to try fill out some more space. And I'm using Diorite just so that I can see where I've been. And this is going to be, I think, the surface that I'm actually going to work on. So this is the surface that I'm going to be using my erode brushes on, and my lift brushes and stuff like that. So we'll see how we go. And unfortunately, I think what we're going to have to do is, once I've done this layer, we're going to have to call it a day for now, because I'm nearly time to go to work. Katie Princess, welcome. How are you this morning, friend? This is such a weird track. I'm not sure. I'm sure this isn't on the Minecraft soundtrack, but it is by C418. Is it Droopy Likes Your Face, or am I wrong there? Is it something else? Or another, actually, to continue the theme on kind of really chilled artists. Some other music I've been enjoying recently is I'm not sure what you call it. Kind of very experimental electronic, I suppose. Is Bongle quite good, and I'm trying to think. There's another guy who's very similar. Droppy. Droopy. Droopy Likes Your Face. Alrighty. So I'm going to pay special attention on this side, because this is, well, actually, to be fair, I shouldn't say that. I should be paying the special attention everywhere. That's okay. It's not. This ain't no kind of grammar class. I mean, sometimes it is apparently, but usually not. Actually, in fact, sometimes it is because I sometimes have a word of the day. So there's that. Someone is outside looking at me. Hi. She's walked off. Kind of weird. Anyway. Goodness, there's a lot of space here still. I don't think I filled this enough. Who the heck's a lettuce roll? Oh, a lettuce roll. I see. Haha. Isn't it? Didn't you just get up? Like, what? Or was that last night? Yeah, that's true. I was an English teacher. Touché. Although I wasn't very good. It was more babysitting than English teaching, really. Yeah, I mean, my house is like right on a corner, and like it's quite a busy corner, and so people just keep wandering past. And sometimes it's quite often people just congregate out there because it's a busy corner. And like, I guess, I don't know, people like to congregate on corners, I suppose, but you know, it's my entire house is just like on this corner. It's this whole corner is where my house is. So I got windows on both sides of the corner, and so it looks like they're hanging around outside my house, but I think they just stop in there because, you know, it's a busy road and it's a street corner. But yeah, sometimes people, I've had people like just then just like looking through the window at me. It's like, what are you doing? Fuck off. Sorry. Excuse me. No, thank you. Friend, but it's a very generous offer of you. Oh goodness, thank you actually, Gypsy, for that suggestion. I'm gonna go back it up right now because I would go nuts if this world was gone. I would be extremely up. I don't even know what I'd do. Well, I think I'd be okay, but I'd be really, really annoyed if I lost the world. So hopefully that won't happen. I'm going to back it up right after this stream, in fact, just to make sure. I've got a little external hard disk, which I'm going to put it on, so that I don't lose it. I might even back it up on the cloud. Everything's cloud-based nowadays. So, you know what? Since we have quite a few viewers at the moment, I'm going to do a fly around and show the world off, rather than finish on me just building things. So let me swap over here into shaders mode. And here's your word of the day. You ready for your word of the day? It is ingratiate. Ingratiate. To ingratiate oneself with someone means to try and curry favour and to try to become their friend, to try and make them look favourably upon you. There we go. English. Boom. Right after I said that this isn't a grammar lesson. It's not a grammar lesson, but it might be a vocabulary lesson. Alrighty, so here's what we've been working on today. It still looks like a big pile of rocks being tied down by string, but we can work on that. I kind of want to do some like organic, like geological, not organic, but geological kind of processing on it. So to like try dump rocks on top and try and work through it kind of systematically. But I'm not sure if it's going to be worth the effort. It might be worth it. Might make a cool time lapse though. So that's what we've been working on today. Good night, Luigi. Through here, is what we did yesterday, this little flower hill, which is looking awesome, really nice. Over this way, what we did just before that is this stack and stomp here, which once these are all built together, they're going to be beautiful. You'll be able to see hopefully all of them at once. Which is the intention here. Through here is the we got this little beach, just a very small beach here, almost like a hidden cove, and we got this cool secret cave under here, sea cave. It's nice. We also have some giant trees here which are not loading presently. Number one problem with Minecraft is inconsistent loading. Hopefully they'll get that fixed at some point with the new version. I assume it's already been fixed with the new version, actually. Loading out the middle here. We have this big bay. I should mention, everything that you see here has been built on this stream. There's nothing in this world that wasn't built on the stream, so if you're interested in how any of it was built, you can go back in time. This is the very start of the this particular build. It's in I think it's called Tropical Valley, Tropical Bay, I think I called it. That's right. It's Tropical Bay. So it's like Tropical Bay 1 through 10. I think I built this stuff. So we got this mountain here. It's pretty cool. This is kind of what I'm going to model that after. So it's going to be a bigger version of that. Alrighty. Have a good day. Have a good night, I suppose. So come back through here again. We've got the very center of the build is here. Unfortunately, you have to load it in this kind of piecewise fashion. This would be a lot easier. Welcome, novelist. I thought you were following already, to be fair, but I seem to have won you over. You're not a prize, of course. So I'm just going to quickly pop this one back in because it's kind of important. Over here we have a bit of... This is probably the weakest area of the build, maybe? Or, I don't know, either this section here or this section here. It's just kind of place filler. Just scene filler. Jungle here. Nothing too interesting there. We got some nice beach here. This took a long time and was rather frustrating to build. Through here we got this cool little kind of sea cave, which looks pretty. Brings us out to here, where we have these kind of stacks and stumps. This area again looks a bit unfinished. Maybe we can fix that in the future. I don't know. And more over here. And here is actually, I changed the thumbnail of the video, and this is the thumbnail. Was this area here? Although now there's more stuff in the background. There's that. And yeah, I think that's it. I think there we go. There is a lot more to see, but it's over that way. So maybe just tease you a little bit. Maybe in the future I'll show it, but not today because I really do have to be heading off. But over that way is quite a lot more of the build. This section is dead at the moment, but there's more. Yeah, maybe add trees. I don't know if I want to put trees though. That's the thing. Without trees, it's it just looks strange. I don't know. Who knows? I'm quite stoked to do flowers though, but for this area because I think that could be really nice. So I'm thinking flower forest and flower meadow, kind of up the mountain. Could be really, really pretty. Anyway, I'm gonna have to head off. So I'm gonna say thanks. I'm gonna say bye. Bye. Somewhere here is bye. Somewhere here is the button that ends the stream. Bye 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 bye.